Top 5 Video Games of 2010s.
Number 5. Pokémon Go. Described in simple terms, is a clever concept. Walk to real-life locations called Pokestops marked on a map on your phone to get items, and collect the Pokémon that pop up along the way to gain XP. Use those Pokémon to take over real-world objectives called gyms from other players. It has all the basics covered to make it a functional mobile treasure hunting app, though technically its performance, and that of its servers, is often very poor on iOS and Android. But the main appeal of the free-to-play Pokémon Go is how being out in the real world, finding tons of other people who see the same augmented reality you do, brings the sort of intangible dream of Pokémon to life. It has to be experienced to really make sense. Without that social aspect, it's really just an extremely light RPG level grinder. Pokémon Go's success or failure hinges on that experience, and right now it's stuck somewhere in between, simultaneously fun and unique, but also inconsistent and incomplete. It is, after all, listed as version 0.29 despite being released onto the App Store and Google Play without caveats. It's not mechanically interesting, but it is socially very interesting thanks to a few smart design decisions. You wouldn't jump off a bridge because everybody's doing it, but that is a great reason to play Pokémon Go. Number 4. Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 is not only a preposterously enjoyable video game, but also an intelligent and sharp-tongued satire of contemporary America. It represents a refinement of everything that GTA 4 brought to the table 5 years ago. It's technically more accomplished in every conceivable way, but it's also tremendously ambitious in its own right. No other world in video games comes close to this in size or scope, and there is sharp intelligence behind its sense of humor and gift for mayhem. It tells a compelling, unpredictable, and provocative story without ever letting it get in the way of your own self-directed adventures through San Andreas. It is one of the very best video games ever made. Note: this review exclusively covers the single-player portion of Grand Theft Auto 5, since it launched without any multiplayer mode. Number 3. God of War. This game could quite literally be the best game of our generation. Not many games get such high praise, but this game unequivocally deserves it. Its breathtaking graphics and unbeatable gameplay are only a page in a massive book on things why this game is amazing. The story is a magnificent, compelling attribute to an already perfect game. The story draws you in by constantly keeping you on a train of cliffhangers and systems where it make you want to unlock other plots advancing the story. All the while making each and every advancement into the plot as fresh as the previous one. The gritty nature of the story at heart is just a small layer shadowing the deeper lesson of understanding and acceptance of past actions. The gameplay is utterly brilliant, the fighting mechanics and the abilities are unseen. Is a franchise about hack and slash, while still retaining the incredibly addictive playability of not only its own series, but of any game genre of us kind. The blocking in this game doesn't just defend you from an enemy's attacks, it allowed you to counter damaging them, stunning them, allowing you to follow up with a barrage of strikes from your weapon of choice. The accessibility of progression in this title is irresistible. The rewards that are given for complete side missions and main are more than fair, allowing you to upgrade and progress through a bewitching skill system. You also have your son as a side companion assisting you in battle, as well as being a key character in the story, having a major effect on the narrative. Your son Atreus can be used to attack enemies from a distance, and be used to advance to new room and progress through levels, and assists is tricky but fun puzzles. The graphics are unbelievably beautiful, unseen in a game of this type. The miraculous terrain you travel is extremely realistic and vibrant. The surroundings are just downright prepossessing and gorgeous. The Nordic style of the environment is perfect for both combat and appealing to the eye. The water simulation in this game is an almost perfect example on how games have evolved from 2D side-scroller to games that are unrecognizable from real life. The attention to detail is unmatched. It's clear nothing from graphics, gameplay to the story weren't rushed. The musical score is also an absolute must when it comes to setting the mood. The cinematography is on point, making the game one continuous shot, not cutting from one scene to the next. It creates a cinematic feeling, putting in the actual perspective of the character. All around, this game is extremely important in the advancements of game quality and detail. This is a game like no other. Number 2. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. This game is absolutely amazing. An epic story, lovable characters, and epic battles. Music that captures your soul. You might just cry when you get to the credits, you just might. Because I know I sure did. The tears won't stop rolling. This game is truly beautiful. The art and animation, as well as the story. Every gamer has to try this game, every fantasy lover, every story writer, every Legend of Zelda fan, every admirer of art. Your jaw will drop when you get to the final boss, and your heart will race. When playing this game, you feel as if you were really there. And when you defeat the bosses, you feel like you really did something nobody else could have done. You feel like a hero. You feel inspired, powerful, and like you could do anything. I love the freedom the game gives you. I love that it allows you to do the bosses when you're ready. It doesn't rush you into it. So many challenging, yet enjoyable puzzles filling the lands, and so much adventure to have. In every way, this game is amazing. I have nothing bad to say about it. The game even has elements of comedy within it. You will have several laughs throughout. And finally, number 1. Among Us. Among Us released over 2 years ago, but the Jellybean Astronaut online game is currently seeing a massive surge in popularity that began in early September. The world may have started out quarantine by playing Animal Crossing: New Horizons, a wholesome game about friendship and taking care of our islands, but after many months of pandemic life, we're hungry for the void of space filled with chaos and deceit. That's what Among Us is all about. Developed by Innersloth, the foundation of Among Us is simple: a social deduction game where a player is either a crewmate or the lone imposter. The imposter must pretend to do the assigned daily tasks in the game while stealthily killing off each crewmate one by one. If a body is discovered, a crewmate can call an emergency meeting to have a group chat trying to figure out who the imposter truly is. The main level of 3 is aboard a spacecraft where players see sectioned rooms where daily tasks are. Using basic vertical and horizontal movements, the imposter and crewmates move from room to room to accomplish their respective goals without giving any other players cause to vote them out. Each emergency meeting discusses who is suspicious and who is not, and the player that has the most votes against them is effectively gets the boot. Players that are killed then become the ghosts to see how the rest of the match plays out. This is where the game gets hilarious. Picture this, it's my first time playing Among Us, and I am the imposter. I don't know the tasks or where they are, I am just a blundering 2D astronaut bumbling around looking for stealthy ways to try to eat my crewmates. I'm confused, but I use that to my advantage. One crewmate suspects me, Purple, and hurls out the most offensive accusation ever seen in-game. Purple is Sue's, the popular slang version of a suspicious, that is the root of all Among Us memes. I panic, but then try to see myself through their eyes. I'm sorry, I was just following you guys, I reply. This is my first time playing, I'm not really sure what I'm doing. My response lands the way I need it to. The rest of the players now feel the need to teach me instead of suspect me. Little do they know it's the last thing they will ever do, at least until this match is over. This is the level of intrigue that makes Among Us so fun despite having basic visuals. Another charm is that it also has meme quality features, as seen in its comedic art style, and low-budget animations. Friends turn against one another, bonds are broken, and the chat is absolutely comedic. Among Us takes meme culture to its highest peak with parody costumes, my absolute favorite being the sticky note for your face that has a dumb written on it. That, or the toilet paper. The costumes add a personal touch to gameplay in addition to several color options, skins, and even pets. Does this add stat value? No, but it adds customization that allows players to immerse themselves fully in a way that stays in line with the "don't take this too seriously" feeling that Among Us offers. What makes this game such a hit for me is that a lot of online games today are set up in a way that you have to play with friends, otherwise the entertainment value can decline drastically. One aspect of online gaming that turns me off when I want to play solo is the severe level of trolling that can turn hateful and malicious at the drop of a hat. While it's easy to just turn the other cheek, sometimes I don't want to have to do that, I just want to enjoy the game. The entire nature of Among Us is basically one giant troll, so the usual suspects in the online gaming community really lose their power here. You're encouraged to troll, making it an ingrained mechanic, removing the feeling of satisfaction from people acting in bad faith. Another refreshing aspect that makes Among Us worth checking out is the minimal time investment it requires. Some online games are built to keep you playing for months on end. I often joke that Destiny 2 and Apex Legends are second marriages because of the grind for the former and the desire to be the best in the latter. With Among Us, you can play as much or as little as you want and still have a good time. When I want to stream for a few hours, this is a good fit because of the type of interactive content it produces, but I can also pick up the free mobile version and play for 10 or 15 minutes during my lunch break. There are no player levels, there is no battle pass, there is no penalization for playing as little or as much as I want, which makes it easy to return to again and again. As much as I enjoy playing Among Us, I have just as much fun watching it. Its simplicity makes it easy to boot up for streamers, and the conversations about who is Suze are great entertainment for active livestream chats. Diving into Among Us, I see the charm despite its simplicity, and I can't help but to love the way this game makes me look at everyone as if they are Super Suze. Among Us is what it is, and unapologetically so. This year may be bad, but having fun experiences definitely isn't. Among Us provides a much-needed reprieve from reality without taking itself too seriously. Got your top 5? Comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Watchventure for more. Goodbye.